Good afternoon, YTPC. Long time again. Coming to you from the shed on this not too bad afternoon in West Yorkshire. Hope you're all keeping alright. I must apologise for the length of time it's been since my last video, but I've been somewhat busy, you could say. I'm just smoking a bit of HU Nashville County in me rat raised brownie, which is a good little pipe. I like it. So, what's been going on? Well, today is the last day of my paternity leave, because 4 weeks ago yesterday my little girl was born. So I've been very busy changing nappies and staying up most of the night, and then I've got my 3-year-old to contend with and all, so it's been fun and games, but it's time for a new routine. I've got to go back to work tomorrow. Well, I don't have to. I've still got 8 days holiday, but they've got to last us up till April, so I don't want to take them all and then be left for a couple of 2.5 months with no holidays, because if one of the bairns takes poorly or our lass needs us to have a day off if she's not well or whatever, then it's better to have the days. Or I fancy a weekend up home, because I haven't been back up home for nearly 2 months, and we haven't been up since she's been born, because quite frankly I don't think the car's big enough to get the 4 we're in, but not a lot else. So I'm going to do a bit, I think, a little bit of a VR to Big Smoke Phil. Hope you're alright, mate. I haven't been in touch with you for a bit, but as I say, things have been quite busy. And he asked folk to give an account of their work, or their work in life, I suppose. I can't really remember, I haven't been watching that many videos, but that, I distinctly remember that. So I'll give you a quick rundown, I suppose, and if anybody else is interested, you just can watch it. I started working as it was a massive employer in the village at the time where I'm from, called Gills and Spa Hotel, and 2 weeks before my 18th birthday I started working there, and I was there on and off till I was 30, so I stayed there 12 years. I did various different jobs there. I started out working in the dining room, serving the guests their breakfast and their evening meal, because I used to do split shifts. I couldn't do it now, I couldn't be arsed with it now. So I used to start at 8 or half 7 or 8 and get all the breakfast stuff sorted out, and then you'd work till 12, and then you'd have 6 hours off till the night time. Where you'd go back in at 6 and you'd serve them their evening meal at 6:30, and then you'd generally finish about 8:30 by the time everything was tidied up and that. And it was mainly a hotel where the vast majority of people that came were pensioners, and they used to do stuff like afternoon bingo, and they'd have like a bit of a turn on an afternoon, like a singer and that. And I used to get some fairly, a lot of people that weren't, that the marbles weren't fully there and that. And I won't go into too much detail, but so from there, when I was 20, was I 21? 21, I decided I'd go back and do a bit at college. So I went and did a joinery course from, I was 21 till I was 23, I think. And in between that, I wasn't really working at the hotel, but I was doing, because I think I was at college 3 days a week. And the other 2 days, I'd go and work with my dad, doing road marking, white lining. And it would be all over the place, like weekend work, a lot of it. So I'd maybe finish on a Thursday, and then a Friday, tea time, he'd maybe pick us up in the wagon, in the white lining wagon, and would maybe drive to Coventry or Leeds or Milton Keynes or somewhere, and would go and paint double yellow lines, parking bays, junctions, everything related to white lining, road marking. We used to spend a lot of time subcontracting for a fella. We used to spend a lot of time in the Lake District if we weren't working away, and it was great. I loved it. It was decent work, the wage, any job you do, it's menial or manual labour, the wage could always be better for what you're doing, working out in the piss and rain, or breaking your back shift and stuff about, or whatever it is. You could always have better pay, couldn't you? So I did that while I was at college, and then in the holidays, obviously when you were off college, I'd be working full weeks and that. And then once I finished college, because it was just about the time the building trade went on its arse, so that'd be like 2007, 8, 9, that kind of time. And then I thought, well, there's no work going. The apprentice wage was absolutely next to naught. So I thought, well, what am I going to do here? And the hotel was always very busy, so I thought, well, bollocks, I'll go back to the hotel for a bit. And there was a job going, working as a night porter. And it was like, there was 3 of you, so you did 4 nights, another lad did 4 nights, and another lad did 4 nights. So you'd work 4 days, or 4 nights, sorry, 10 at night till 8 in the morning. And then you'd get 8 days off. So you're only really working maybe a third of the year. And you're getting paid every month. Wasn't a brilliant wage, but it was like for doing 4 nights and then getting 8 days to do kind of what you wanted. You were alright, like, So in those 8 days, I'd either go and do a bit dry stone walling, or I'd work at the local pub, which was literally not even maybe an eighth of a mile from my mother's house, which was handy. I used to work there 12 till 7. It was always just for, I never got paid. It was always just a slate behind the bar, like. And I used to play darts there once a week. I used to play pool there once a week. So it was just drinking money, really. And where we're from is right bang in the middle of Hadrian's Wall. Right on the Cumbrian border, Northumbrian Cumbrian border. So you get loads and loads of tourists, like loads of walkers and that. That was always good crack. You get some quiet days through the winter, and you get some right busy days too. So especially if there was something on at one of the Roman forts along Hadrian's Wall, people would come to the village. We used to get some really busy days. And then inevitably, once you finished at 7 o'clock, you just got to the other side of the bar and drink your wage, like usually. Which I spent a lot of time doing. I spent a lot of time both sides of the bar. And then I think back into 2009 I was still doing bits of dry stone walling and shifts at the pub when they needed us, because I do the dry stone walling through the week, and then a Saturday or whatever day through the week, you know, if my mate needed us, I'd do a bit of that, and then on a Saturday I'd always be working at the pub. But 2009 winter was, if anybody remembers, was absolutely, it was hellish. It was frost. I think it got down to -15 in the village, and then up at the RAF base up the road it was -18, 19 or something daft. That was 2009. So obviously you couldn't go dry stone walling. It was absolutely frozen, like stones frozen to the ground. Your hands were frozen before you got them out before you got out the van, you know. So I spent a lot of time just in the pub because you couldn't get anywhere. We'd go for a walk, you know, through the village, through the woods and that. Excuse me. Through the day, and then inevitably mid-afternoon, maybe 3 or 4 o'clock, end up at the pub every day, till the wee hours the next morning sometimes. And that went on for 2 years, so 2009 was a bad winter. And 2010 was bad again. So I was still doing my night shift, working behind the bar at the pub sometimes, and then the dry stone walling up till I think 2011, 2012 maybe. My memory's not the best. And then I got the night shifts were sending us. I was lucky by the end of the night shifts to be getting 10, 12 hours kip over them 4 days, and it was sending us crackers. Like, I thought, I need to stop doing this. My mother come up and she says, you need to pack it in. She says, you're not the same lad. You bloody, you know, it's the lack of sleep's draining you. Because if you can sleep, you do night shifts, you can sleep through a day, it's grand, you know. But if you can't, job's knackered. So I just started working behind the bar, back at the hotel. Just doing, and then I started renting a cottage up there. Like, the bar was here, directly opposite. The hotel was there, sorry, and directly opposite there was a cottage. And I was renting that off them, so it was like a 10-second work to walk. It was mint. Work to walk to work. Aye. And so I did that for a bit till I met our lass. I met her in the back end of 2014. Started going out with her. March 2015. And she moved up, and I got her a job at the hotel as a cleaner, like doing all the rooms and that, while I was still doing the night shifts, and not the night shifts, doing the bar shifts and stuff. So that continued till about, I was living in the cottage till I think May 2016. Aye, May 2016. Then we moved out the cottage, and I lent a caravan off my mate, and I put that round the back of my mum's, and me and her were living in that, where like getting showered in the house and eating in the house, but basically sleeping in the caravan. For June, July, for 3 or 4 months, I think it was 3 months, while we saved up enough money, and then we took off to Portugal for 6 weeks. I turned 30 in the July. About a month after that, we took off to Portugal. Me and her went to Portugal for 6 weeks. And then when I come back, I moved down here to Hebden Bridge. And I got a job just up the road. I had a job within a week working behind the bar in this pub called the Albert. And then I kind of got, I won't say headhunted, but there was a woman come in and says, look, you know, I'm taking over a pub up the road. You want to come and work for me as like basically a manager, you know, because I'd been doing bar work that long, it's just second nature. So I handed me notice into the Albert, and I went up to work at the Cross up the road at Heptonstall. And I was there October, November, December, about 6 months I think. And this manager's position never materialised, like, for whatever reason. And I just got absolutely fed up after, you know, pub trade for God knows how long. I just got fed up with it, so I started looking for something else. And as I was looking online and that, this job come up for a seasonal job come up. It was meant to be April to October, but it ended up being May till, by the time I started, it ended up being May till November, I think. And I only clicked on it because the title was so intriguing. It was a bereavement services operative, and I thought, what the hell's one of them like? So I clicked on it, and it was basically a cemetery maintenance job, working in the grounds of for the local council, working in the grounds of the cemeteries in and around Calderdale, like all the council owned sites and that. So I thought, bollocks, you know, I'll put in for it. So I put in for it, went for the interview, and I got it, like. So come the September, they were doing some training, some renewal for the diggers and stuff, and they thought, well, we'll just put Warren on it, like. So they put me on the digger course, and then about a month later a lad left. And there's this weird stupid system with the council where it's like you've got to go internal, but you've got to do this like occupational preferences questionnaire first, and I was 1.7% off getting it, so I had to wait for the full-time position as a gravedigger to go online as an external thing, so anybody could have applied for it. I think it was kind of nailed on mine, but it doesn't stop you worrying. So I had to wait for it to go external. So from the 17th of November 2017 to the 15th of January 2018, I didn't work because I didn't want to go and say to go labouring for somebody and then the council get in touch and say, "Hey, look, your full-time job's starting. Come and you can start here." Like, so I did nout. Kind of just went walking into the pub for 2 months, like. And I've been there ever since. They put us through my tickets before I did, then I went and did my crematorium course, and come the 15th of January, which is next Sunday, a week today, I've been there full time, 5 years. And I love it, it's great. Get on with all the lads I work with. some very interesting stories, but I'll not go into too much detail here because exhumations and stuff, and it's probably best left in my head that but I love it, and I'm back tomorrow. So I just thought, there's my life story, or my working life story anyway. Longest video I've ever done this, and the first one I've had for a while, so. I think yourselves lucky. Anyways, I hope you're all well, enjoying what you're smoking. Above all. And I shall catch you in a bit. Ta-ra.